The biggest issue with the mommy issue thing is if you do not confront your mom, if you do not tell her how she's affecting your life or how she affected your life, you're never going to be in a productive relationship with the woman. And what I mean productive is everything can be good in the beginning, especially when y'all doing your honeymoon stage. But when reality sets in, you got to start moving in, and you can't hide your emotions no more. You can't hide that you feel this way because now you have family coming around. You have your mom coming around. And she starts to see this disconnect because we all see it. It's just, is it our place to speak on it? But we see when a girl has daddy issues. Girls see when men have mommy issues based off how he deals with her mom. And they do how he deals with his mom. Based off how the man deals with his mom, the woman know he has mommy issues.
Based on how he speaks about his mom.
Yes.
It starts there. Based on how he speaks about his mom, he has mommy issues, whether there's a lack thereof or angry statements made.
Or both, because this is what I'm talking about too. Mommy issues, it's not always just her being a bad mom. It could be her. It's not always about her being a bad mom. A lot of men have overbearing moms. Your mama showed you too much love. Your mama coddled you. Because you can't take no kind of fucking rejection. Because your mama told you deserve everything. Your mama kept you in a fantasy.
Ooh.
Your mama made it seem like you were just the best thing that ever fucking happened to this world.
Wrong.
You could do no wrong. You were coddled. So now, when mom started to come over, and it's not at mama house. No, your mama's coming to your house with you and your lady, and she see, oh, this is why he feel like he's never wrong. His mama don't never tell him the truth. It's always somebody else's fault. That's mommy issues. But then look, as a man, when you get older, the one thing you really develop is knowing things are your fault. As a man, the world is going to let you know it's your fault.
And to bounce off that, with men being in this world and then going back to with accountability and how men are supposed to operate as men, you like how you're saying, like, they want to be players instead of coaches, but it's at the back of their head, the back of the player's head, this expectation that you're supposed to live up to as a man, but you're running away from it. You're running so fast and you won't look back because you're afraid to stand up and step into your purpose of the man you're supposed to be. But you're supposed to be that because it's always at the back of your head. That's why you're always talking about what you're not going to do as a man, or about how, I'm not like that. Oh, why would I treat women like this? What? You're talking about that because you're supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be doing the right thing. You're supposed to be leading, being a coach, being accountable, teaching women, making women better, making other men better by being an example
of how to treat women,
of how to operate as a man. You talk about it so much because you're running away from it. If you really didn't care about that expectation and that societal status and that standard that we place in whole on men, you wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in your vocabulary.
Yeah. Now let's touch more on that too, right? To where it's so many men now that I'm around and all they're doing is self-reflecting and they're talking about how much good women they lost.
The self-reflection is good.
Like, it's like, and that's what I love about the men I'm around right now. Like, the self-reflection. I'm talking about, let's just say my age or younger, or, in the same kind of ballpark number from 2-3 years, 4 years, around that. They're reflecting. They like, bro, I lost a good woman. So they're admitting it was their fault.
Because they couldn't manage their emotions.
When I mean the lack of emotions, what this is like, we said it earlier. Yeah, when a woman disrespects you, like, men don't forget. But it's the same thing with women, bro. The emotional state that you have your lady in is how your relationship is going to be. Facts. However you have her feeling on a daily.
Facts.
I hear women all the time say, she could be horny. She's like, but I don't even want to breathe the same air as you.
Have you seen or heard women say the foreplay starts when y'all wake up in the morning?
Yeah. Yes.
And then at the end of the
Yes.
night, wondering why she don't want to have sex. Well, you've been rude to her all day.
Yes.
Now you want her to drop her drawers
Then think about it like this.
because she's your wife or she's your girlfriend. That's
And
crazy.
you're saying she's obligated, right?
Yeah.
But do you want her to feel like a slave? Or do you want her to feel like,
Desired.
yeah, she's feeling desired, but it's like men make their women feel like slaves. So she feel like she has to do it.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or do you want her to come in and she's like doing it because you deserve it?
Come on. Because you make her feel good on a day-to-day basis.
Not because you are saying she has to do it. You're not saying it because she has to do it. It's a job.
You make her feel good physically, mentally, emotionally. You make her feel safe, protected, secure.
She feels like you deserve
She
it.
feel like,
My man takes
Yes.
care of all of this.
Let me
He
ease the
deserves
stress.
he deserves to at least get head every day. He deserves to at least have some ass every day.
right.
The compromise is with the man is I have sex or I get head every day, but I'm a man who likes to have sex 3 times a day. The compromise is she does it every day.
Right.
The compromise is in that because she feels like you deserve it. And as a man, I know how big that is for your woman to feel like you deserve it compared to her feeling like it's a job.
Yeah.
She's forced to do it.
Yeah.
It takes all the fun out of sex. I know, man.
Out of
It's like
intimacy, all that.
I know, man, to where it's like, and it's an emotional thing again, to where they've never even like laughed and talked why they were having sex. It's like straight pound, pound, pound. Like they never talked in the midst of them having sex. Like never talked, stroked her back, rubbed her head, nothing.
That's crazy.
Like it's just straight sex, 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 sex. Like if she's a fucking porn star. Like they're constantly, every time they're having sex, they're making a porn scene.
It's no.
Never laugh during sex.
And even that's a deeper connection when you are able to laugh and
Yes.
pause during sex and get back into it.
Yeah. Like it's little things to where we're talking about what happens just in sex to where she don't feel comfortable even moaning.
Yeah.
She don't feel comfortable queefing. She don't, you know what I mean? It's like she always feels like she's doing a job. You know what I mean? Instead of her giving it to you because you deserve it. Now, I'm not saying, because we know women weaponize it.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I said earlier. The moment she weaponizes it, leave. Leave. That's why I feel like it goes back to what I said about why men lack accountability. You're going to keep saying what she's not doing throughout these years. It's your fault because you should have left. Because like I said, especially speaking personally, none of these relationships last. You guys end up leaving and it becomes worse when you guys leave anyways.
Yeah.
The breakup is horrible. Horrible because you let so much pile up that all you're thinking about is all the shit that she done to you. So when you do finally break up with her, you want nothing but the worst for her. You know, you're trying to dog her. You want, but if you leave based off standing on your own respect, your own morals, or what you feel like you deserve, she's trying to weaponize sex. I'm leaving. First, I'm gonna talk to you, and then she say, "Well, that's just what it is. That's me. I'm leaving." Because as a man, the first thing you want to do is talk about it. Why do you do that? I don't feel like you deserve it. Or for what reasons? Why don't I deserve it? And then we can go and name the reasons we did. But you got to talk about it. And as soon as that conversation comes to an end and you still have this unresolved hatred,
Right.
resentment,
Come on.
leave.
It's like we talked about it. We said, okay, now we're turning a new leaf and we're gonna, is it leaf or leave?
Leave.
Leaf. Okay. We're turning a new leaf and we're moving past the animosity that was in this household for now or right now. And we're moving past that. So that means sex should commence and stuff like that. And we should be connecting on an intimate level. But when it's still when there's still no sexual intercourse from women and they're still saying, oh, well, I feel like this and I feel like that. it's not okay to gaslight your man into being like, oh, so you're only with me for sex.
Yeah.
When sex is a big part of relationships. It doesn't have to be everything, but that is how you guys connect.
That's how your
on a
connection,
deeper level.
Let's just say this. This is why I'm saying sex is very important. The one thing you know he want is sex. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to give that to him in the beginning. Mm-hmm. If sex isn't important, then you would just give him sex.
Exactly.
The reason why in the beginning of the relationship, the one thing you held out on was sex is because you knew it was going to make you guys' connection deeper.
Exactly.
You don't want to like him like that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or you give it to him and you're not sure if he really likes you like that. You gave him the most prized possession.
Come on.
So we're not going to act because, like you said, women try to do that later on when they start weaponizing sex. Mm-hmm. Sex ain't that serious.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to give up everything over sex.
So sex ain't that serious when you made sex serious in the beginning of our relationship, letting me know why I had to wait. Why you're not going to just give it to me. Because sex is important. Sex, especially with me, I'm a woman to where I'm emotionally attached and I have to be this to have sex. So we're not going to act like sex isn't important in a relationship.
And as you know, more information and tests and studies come out, we're understanding that that's what men want and need in their life. And if we're understanding men on that aspect, why are we turning around and using it against them and guilt tripping them and gaslighting them when it's like, okay, so if you're saying you don't want to have sex anymore, as a woman, like I'm not feeling whether personal feel, I'm not feeling sexy or I just, I don't feel like, I don't know. So I think some women get to a point where they'd be like, I just don't get horny anymore. If that is the aspect and that's the case, is he able to get a girlfriend to have sex with then? And if the answer is no, and you're still saying you don't want to have sex with him, then you're trying to submit him to a miserable existence with you.
Now let me talk about that, right? Because women, like you said, they do that. But why he's putting so much on sex? It ain't that important, We don't need to have sex. We don't need to have sex. Sex ain't that important. Okay, well, like you said, let me get a girlfriend then. Because everything. No, you know why she's not going to allow him to have a girlfriend?
Because when you connect with a woman on a deeper level, you do more for them.
Exactly.
So while you're wondering why he don't want to do much for you anymore, despite what don't act like you doing the same things you was doing for him when y'all first got together. Because if you stop having sex with him, you stop desiring him. Or
let's just say this: if you didn't have sex with him in the beginning, you guys would not be where you are today.
Okay.
So now let's go back into dudes, right? Saying the accountability of.
Let me go check.
So now let's talk about no, sorry. Like literally.